Hail, people. Yeah, I said I would be back. I am doing a rant. We're on the next Halloween film. Oh my fucking god. We are reviewing Rob Zombie's Halloween 2. My god, this film is my worst. This is the worst Halloween film of all of them. Of all the movies. Like, and I'm one. I didn't hate, like you saw my resurrection view. I didn't hate it like others did. There's dumb shit in it. H2O is bad, but nowhere near this. This film, what they do to these three central characters, Michael, Laurie, and especially Loomis. Why did I even said this in the end of the last video. Why the fuck did Rob agree to do it? Because remember, if you remember, initially he did not want to come back, but they convinced him because they said, "Oh, you can have creative control." So, and this film, this is like almost Last Jedi bad. It's nowhere. I mean, and I have unironically, as much as I hate this film, it's nowhere near as bad as the Last Jedi. But because the one thing is, this doesn't ruin the originals. This is contained in its own universe. So, and I've said this should have Rob Zombie should have only did the first one. The way the first one ended, if it had just been a one-off, because I think once this came out, people were just soured on the Rob Zombie movies, and I think that's why. If they had just never did this second one, I don't think this would have been as bad. So it kicks off with a dumb fucking flashback of young Michael at Smith's Grove, and his mom as a ghost visits. Oh, what the fuck? Why is there a ghost? Or why is his mom a ghost? That like this movie makes no sense. So we kick off really. Lori just shot Myers in the face. She's taken to the paramedics. So is Loomis, and at the hospital. Oh, I guess before that, I'll talk about Michael being transported in another ambulance, and they crash. Oh, before that, there's a scene. One of the paramedics is literally talking about fucking a dead body. Like, Rob goes. People like to say, I think I've heard someone who defended this movie tell me, well, this one is not as redneck and white trash as the. And I don't like using that word anyway, but anyway. Um, but yeah, if you're gonna talk about most white trash, there are people. Someone's trying to say this one isn't unlike the first one. I heavily disagree. There's multiples. I would argue this is the most white trash. I hate using that word, but yeah, this is the most. If we're gonna be honest, of the both out. Okay, like I said in the first one, outside of the opening, it's not that over the top. Like okay, the opening, and then like the rednecks at Smith's Grove, the redneck rapists from Smith's Grove. Outside of those few scenes, the rest of the movie isn't that bad. I mean, literally one of them stopped fucking a dead body. Like, what are you doing, Rob? And it's just a random ambulance worker. Like, come on. Anyway, they crash, I think, into a cow, if I remember. Then Michael gets out, kills one of them. Um, oh no, he doesn't kill one of them. He just crashed. They crash, and then he just walks out. And then they cut into this. I'm just spoil it. It's the dream scene, and it really pisses me off because this sequence is actually really good. The only really fucking good sequence in the whole movie. So Lori's at the hospital. She wakes up. She has a broken leg. She's in a cast, and it's all good. Then Myers shows up and kills this nurse, like stabbing the shit out of her. I'm not gonna lie, it's a good fucking scene. And then, proceed to have like a little. It's just Rob Zombie's callback basically to the original Halloween 2. So he chases her. She goes into a security shed, meets a security guard. And it's the fucked up thing is this whole scene is good because like there's even a part where she runs through something and there's like red lighting, like, similar to the chase in the original Halloween 2. But then, yeah, she meets into the security guard, and then Myers kills him with an axe, and then Myers bursts and is about to kill her. Nope, it's a dream. And the fucked up thing is, it was shot well. The rain was there. What? Oh. And it fucking sucks. If this was gonna be a dream scene, you could have easily have only made this scene like, first of all, you don't make it like almost 10 minutes. You make it like two. You just make it like, oh, she's about to get stabbed by Myers, and then you wake up. No, you have to do this whole long dream, and it's fucked up because the scene where Michael walks out of the ambulance, that actually happened. That's actually in the movie. And it's fucked up because it goes into that scene perfectly. He crashes into the ambulance, then goes to the hospital. Ugh, I was so fucking mad, and even now I'm mad. It's like because it was so good. That scene like was intense, and it had like what made that first one good to me. The visceralness of the violence, like that scene where he's stabbing the shit out of the nurse, the grunting, how hard he's doing it. It's like, oh, this is intense. Nope, it's not even fucking real. Oh, and then oh, let's start with Lori. So she wakes up. She's having meetings with a fucking a nurse. And it turns out she's also living with the Brackets after the events of the first movie. And psychologist is what I meant. Yeah, a therapist. I'm sorry, a therapist. So who's played by Margot Kidder? It was nice seeing Margot Kidder, but Lori is so unlikable in this movie, and that's where they really fuck up because it's like Lori's supposed to be like the sympathetic character, and even in the first one, yeah, she's a bit modernized, and I like her in it. She's not as annoying, but they make her straight up unlikable in this, and I get it. They're what a person who's defended it, and I'll admit I will agree. I do somewhat like this element is they try to go through Laurie's psychology in this movie, but she's so unlikable. It just doesn't work for me. Like I get it. You want to explore psychology and the trauma, the events of what happened in the first movie, but Halloween is not the vehicle to do that. I'm sorry. It just doesn't work. You also got to make Laurie likable. She is straight up, I'm going to keep reiterating, she is so unlikable in this. So after that, um, Loomis, he's on tour with fucking to sell his book. Oh my god, they Loomis in this movie. Why the fuck did you do this, Rob? I want to ask you this right now. Because, like, Malcolm McDowell did really good in the first one, to be honest. He was really good in the first one, and then in this, he's super unlikable. He's a fucking prima donna. That's literally what he is. He's a prima donna that just no one likes all of a sudden. He cares more about selling his book than trying to stop Myers. It is fucking ridiculous. So, throughout the film, Laurie is like having visions slash like dreams of Myers, and it's basically hinting that she's tied to him. So like there's one part where Myers kills a dog and he's eating it, and this is simultaneously while Laurie's eating pizza, and then she bites into the pizza and she's biting the dog. I think they're trying to what Rob was doing. I think was like a callback to Five. If you remember Halloween 5, but it was dumb in that movie. It's dumb. Yes, they're tied together. This isn't fucking Star Wars where they're connected. In that world, that kind of connection makes sense. But this is fucking Halloween. There is supernatural elements in these movies, but that's just too much. And Rob, let's while having him eat a dog, okay, that's fine. Myers is a fucking mountain homeless dude. Like, what did you do to him? He's not even in the mass majority of the movie. He has this big like jacket, and if he does have a mask, it's like half destroyed because he got shot in the face. This movie, it just gives me Um, so why? Let's have him while he's doing that. Have people eat pizza. Just it's Rob being edgy again. So Myers stows away. So Michael lives in the cabin, and then the people show up, and then they beat him up, and then it turns out no, he kills them. Not gonna lie, this scene's pretty brutal. He impales them on antlers, which is, I'm not gonna lie, is pretty brutal. And then he kills the other guy by slitting his eyes and stabbing him 5 times. And then he kills the woman in the car. And then, yeah. But it's just more redneck characters. Sorry, guys, if you see me looking over, I'm just looking over the plot because I'm gonna just spoil it. I'm not watching this piece of shit again, so I'm going through it because I haven't watched this movie in months, and I try to purge it out of my mind. So if you see me looking over, that's why. So there's a part of the film where Lori and Annie get into it, and this is the part of the movie. Just like I said, she's so unlikable. Like, because Annie and honestly Sheriff Brackett are the only characters in this movie that are I would even say are likable. And so they get into an argument because she's not liking Lori's new act. So they get into an argument. Then she goes to bed, and there's a part where Lori sees Annie in the chair. I think Annie's like passed out, and then she has a knife, and she even has a. It's almost like they're making her act out the murders, and it just. Then throughout the film, you see the town like Loomis at like one of his book readings, a dad of a victim of the previous movie. I don't know if they ever reveal which one. He punches Loomis, and like everyone shits on Loomis. It's really like why? And then there's even a part where Malcolm McDowell, Michael is dead. Like that's not Loomis. Like even if you had issue with Malcolm McDowell's Loomis in the first one, at least he was Loomis. As soon as he heard Myers got out, he's like, "Oh shit, okay." Springs to action. In this, it's not till like the last 30 minutes, last few minutes of the movie, which I'll get to, and I'm gonna go in on that. And so that happens, and Michael, I guess, goes to a strip club. And I'll admit, the one like really good kill, he kills this one dude by like choke slamming him on the ground and basically curb stomping him several times. It's a good kill. This is probably the best kill of the movie. I'm not because we can't count the beginning kill, which I actually like. I would probably say that one, but that one's a dream. And then he kills the owner in there. Um, Head smashing. He smashed multiple people's heads on the wall. He kills the main guy and then kills his girl, the girl he was fucking. Another problem with this movie is some of the kills aren't even tied to Lori. Like what made the original work and even the second one. The second one, okay, it makes sense because he was killing nurses. But in the first one, he was killing Lori's friends. Even in Halloween 4, he was killing people Rachel knew. 6, he was killing people, the other, that Tommy, he was killing people that were tied to the main characters in the story. In this one, he's just killing randos that have no tie to Lori outside of the last few kills in this movie. It's fucking ridiculous. Ugh, I really despise this movie. It's not. Lori also sees a shot of her mom, her real mom, as a ghost. So Loomis's book comes out, and Lori finds out that Lori that she is Michael's sister. I will admit, there's a reviewer who actually likes this movie. I think it's the same one I talked about earlier. who actually made a good argument that they liked the reveal of Lori being Michael's sister a bit better in this one than two. I don't think it's better, but I will say this: it was good. It was nice that she found out in a book and her reaction was genuine. This is the only part of the movie, well, not the only, there's one other one, where I actually genuinely felt bad for Lori. But other than that, she's still very unlikable. So when she finds out, she goes to her friend suggests, let's go to a costume party. So she does, and one of her friends hooks up with a dude, and kills her friend Harley. I think just basically stabbing her. No, he kills the guy she hooks up with because the guy she hooks up. Oh, this is another really fucking cringy part of the movie. The guy. I think this girl's name is Harley. I'm not even paying attention to some of these other characters' names outside of the main ones. Is just hold on. Um, he's in like a wolf costume, and she was saying, "I'm into water sports," which basically means look it up. I'm not gonna say it on here, but it's fucking gross, Rob. Why? Why, man? Like, no one would say that. Like, Rob, like, what is this? Like, write people like real people. In the first one, I can at least somewhat say some people were written realistically, somewhat. In this, it's very, like, ridiculous. Like, I'll just say it. Water sports, the girl like to get pissed on. So that's all it is. Like, why, Rob? Why did you need to put that in there? So the dude goes to the bathroom, Michael kills him, stabs him in the back, and then he proceeds to kill Harley by strangling her. Then he goes to the bracket house, and this is probably the scene that most people have seen from this movie. While he's on the way to the bracket house, there's a shot of Myers standing near, because the kid has like a clown costume, and Myers in his hood just staring at him. I'll admit, this scene is good. It's shot well. I'll get to the positives in the end. And I like got like a few. But and then after that, so Michael arrives at the house. He kills Annie, and I'll admit this whole scene was actually really well done. This is like the only really well done scene in the movie. He proceeds to kill Annie. Lori and her other friend Maya, I guess is the girl's name, arrive and they find Annie. And I'll admit, this scene was good. Like, Lori's reaction seemed genuine. I'm like, okay, I kind of feel bad for her here because her friend dying. And it's one of those, because she kind of let's be real, she treats Annie like shit in this movie. Like that scene where she just curses out Annie for no reason. Then, and it's fucked up because Annie took her in and shit. It's just, and they were such good friends in the last film. And it's just, she's just, but this scene is good. And, okay. Myers kills Maya. He stabbed her and then proceeds to chase Lori. Lori runs flags down a car. And then when this happens, this is the best scene in the movie. Brackett comes home and finds his daughter dead. And Brad Dourif, like, I gotta clap. Like, his performance in this is fucking phenomenal. And it sucks because this fucking scene is too good for this movie. It's a genuine reaction if a father found their kid killed, It's really real. Like, the way he's, like, he's, like, almost, like, it's just, like, is this really happening right now? Is my daughter just blamed? And this time she's dead. Because if you remember in the last film, he found her, but she was still alive. This time and it sucks, too, because I think someone also told me, like, it feels like watching, like, almost like watching, Jamie die almost in a way. This is almost the Jamie death we kind of, as much as I love Halloween 6, this is how probably Jamie should have died in Halloween 6 if you're gonna kill her off. But I still was okay with it, but just I think they could have executed it better. But this scene is really good, but it's too fucking good for this movie. So Laurie flags down a car. Myers kills the car, kills the driver, trying to find the way he kills him. I don't want to just, he kills him and then that's it. Oh, he just throws him through a windshield, so it's not even really anything special. He picks up a car, which is a bit much. And then he takes Laurie to the abandoned shed. And then there's a scene where Loomis is watching himself on fucking, of all people, fucking fuck. Hold on. Sorry, guys. Can't believe I forgot. He's a fucking singer, too. I'm fucking stupid. It's fucking Weird Al. It was weird. Yeah, Weird Al Yankovic. I guess he's on an interview with. I forgot whose show it was. I think it was Chris Hardwick, but I could be wrong. Fucking you got Weird Al Yankovic. Much respect to him. I love him as an artist. Dunking on Loomis. What the fuck? Why, Rob? And I guess that's supposed to be the moment Loomis kind of realizes he's a piece of shit. So he springs to action and tries to grab Laurie because he sees it's on the news. So the cops arrive at the shed, and then there's this big face off. Laurie wakes up and she sees young, I'm gonna say Mama Myers and young Michael as a kid. Who this actor who plays young Michael is fucking dog shit compared to the first one from the last movie. Oh my god, this movie is so dumb. It Ghost Horses? What, Rob? You're not making a music video for one of your songs. This is just so okay. They surround the shed. Loomis tries to run in. Fucking Brackett punches him in the face because Brackett's like angry at him because he just. Then this is Loomis's moment. Like, this should have been, if you're gonna do this, first of all, there was no fucking. I should have like really gone into this. I'm gonna bring this up right now. They don't even the way it ends. They don't really make you think he's gonna have this change of character. They don't like give you little hints that he's like that. Even when he did the book in the first movie, it just he happened to write the book because he just seemed like, oh, I'm just gonna write a book about what I experienced. It didn't seem like he was like trying to be an opportunistic dick. It just seemed like in this one they just make him a dick for no fucking reason. Who's unlikable? We're gonna try to give you the Loomis in like the last like 10-15 minutes. Like, what are you doing? I'm just talking about the directors because that's the only one I've watched. I think I have watched the theatrical. I just don't remember it. The only thing I remember is the theatrical. The ending is different, which we'll get to. But my Loomis tries to tell her that you just need to remain sane, and like, so Michael grabs Loomis because his mom tells him to, and this, oh my god, before he stabs Loomis, he's like, die. And then it stabs. Why is Michael talking? And I don't want him to talk at all. Why is he talking? It's one thing if you want to have him grunt, that's fine. It doesn't bother me because there's even parts of the first one you can kind of say are grunts, kind of. But why the fuck are you gonna have him talk? Oh, Rob, what are you doing? So that happens. So Michael proceeds to get shot at by the cops. The shed opens. Lori gets there's a so in the theatrical it's Lori who stabs I think Loomis, and then Myers is just gunned down by police. So the one I'm talking about now is the theatrical. So Lori stabs Michael in the face. This is the theatrical, the director's ending. When then she has the mask on, and then Lori is in like a psychiatric ward, and she's just by herself staring. And it implies that she went nuts, and then that's the way the film ends. Oh my god, this movie is dog shit. This movie is probably the worst slash movie. Oh my god, Rob, what are you fucking thinking? Just should have just did the first one. Should have just never agreed. Man, it's just such a drain talking about this movie. There's nothing really good in it. Okay, so the only positives are I think the scene with Annie, honestly, Annie and Brackett and Annie and Lee and well Sheriff Brackett are the only two likable characters in this movie. That's about it. Like everyone else is pieces of shit. Myers isn't even really cool, and I can't even really enjoy the kills. Yeah, I like the curb stomp kill, and I do think they got some of the little bit of the visceralness in some of the kills. But the reason it doesn't work in this is because there's no. It's not Myers. It's a him in like a jacket, and you see his face half the fucking time. Oh, you want to know another big negative? They don't play the fucking theme throughout the movie. There's no those little cues we all know. Even in the first one they did it. In this, the only time they play the theme is in the end, and the theme is just the one from the last one. If you have listened to the actual theme of the song, not the one that's in the movie, in that one the theme is a lot more like if they just take out all the sounds, but it's basically the same theme. So they don't even really change it up, and they don't even play it till the fucking credits. This is like not playing the Jurassic Park theme in Jurassic Park or Star Wars movies theme, the main Star Wars themes when Star Wars was great in Star Wars. What are you doing? You're not even playing any of the themes. This movie just it's almost seemed like it was Rob making another movie, but it just happened. Like I can't even enjoy. Like I said, I couldn't enjoy the kills because it's not Myers. It's Myers. It's Hobo Myers, as some have called it. Lori straight up unlikable in this. Outside of two scenes, where she finds out she's Myers' sister, and that scene when she finds Annie dead. Those two scenes are actually really good, and you kind of feel bad for her. But the rest of the movie, she's an unlikable cunt. And I get they were trying to go for she's traumatized. I understand that, but you did not need to make her straight up unlikable. Like Halloween 2018, which we're gonna get to tomorrow, did this better. Where yeah, she was traumatized, but she was still a likable character. She still tried to do the right thing. In this, she's just there's portions of the movie I just wanted her to die. Ugh. And then her friend she hangs out with aren't even in it that much, so they're kind of pointless. Loomis they fucking absolutely just butchered. It really sucks. I actually kind of dig Malcolm McDowell's Loomis in the first one, but we don't get more of that. There's no explanation for his transition into this asshole. They just do it, and then oh, we gotta probably hurry up. Sorry about that. Just because this cuts after like 30 minutes. So Loomis, they just butcher them. There's no like explanation why he's like this. Um, and then they try to fucking really quick try to make it like, oh, he's good Loomis now. It's the Loomis you all know. And like there's not a genuine scene where he realizes he's a piece of shit. Like they just butcher his character, and then that's it. And then the film just kind of ends. It's shot well. That's about the only positive I could say. Outside of those two, this in the scene, Brackett finds her dad finds her dead. That scene is really good. That scene is too good for this fucking movie. But everything else is this film is a trash fire, and I never want to watch it again. I recommend you not to. Just if you like the Rob Zombie Halloween, just look at it as a one-off remake. So, other than that, guys, I just need to get that off my chest. Fuck this movie. But I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. I'm going to be reviewing Halloween 2018. That review is going to be a lot more positive. I have a little criticism, but it's going to be a lot more positive. Once again, fuck this movie. I'll talk to you guys next time. Peace.